Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and we're going to go ahead and work on this little stacked envelope journal. And I found two more small envelopes that I'm going to put on here. I want to put them this way though, so that they'll flip out like this and have the pocket here instead of putting them all the same way. You can turn them around, do whatever you want. I'm just going to cut a little bit of this off. You don't have to. I'm just going to cut a little bit off just to keep from having that extra bulk in there. Let my glue stay open a little while. Got a little globby there. Okay, and I think I'm just going to, I'm not going to center it. I'm just going to put it a little bit closer to the top. And here again, make sure that you don't go over the fold line when you put that down. Alright, there's that one. And then this one is smaller than that, and I think I'm going to do it the same way. I'm going to put it on this side, like that. I'll just lay it under there. And I didn't get a chance to do any more to it, so you're going to see me do everything there is to do. I just didn't have time. I've been working on taxes and things. Yes, I know it's past the time for taxes, but I had to file an extension this year with everything going on, so I've got a little while to get it done. And it takes me forever because I don't hire an accountant, I do it myself. And then I have to do all my other work too. So, but since I am an accountant, I don't need to hire one. I don't need to spend that extra money. Okay, so let's cover this. And I'm just going to go ahead again and cut out these little side pieces because we don't need it. And they kind of get in the way when you want to put a big piece in there, like a big journaling card. They get in the way a little bit. And I'm just going to cover it from here out. This I'll cover with something else later. I'll cover it with a different color paper or washi or book page or something. But I want this to be where my pocket starts right here. And I really want this side on there, so I think I'll mark it this way. This is just more of that beautiful paper from Terry. And I've included her link below, so you guys go over and check her out. She's got some beautiful, beautiful papers. So I had lots and lots of comments on the video yesterday. A lot of you guys said that you really appreciated me being so candid with you. You know, transparent is the only way I know to be. I'm pretty transparent in my offline life as well. What you see on here is what you get. Usually if I'm upset, people can see because they can see my face or they can hear it in my voice. So that's the way I am. I'm pretty transparent. But I want you to remember the words that I did say because I think it will help you. You will be surprised how quick and easy things will come together for you. All you got to do is just take that first step out there. I'll go ahead and yes, I probably should have cut these off before I glued them on, but you know, I'm always hindsight 2020 because I know that if I can start a store in this little town of Coleman, Alabama and work it myself for many years, I worked it by myself for many years, that I know you guys can too. You can do it. Alright. I'm going to put that lady right there. And get that off of there. Now I did have a couple of comments. A couple of people sent me their YouTube channel and asked me could I help promote their channel. I will be happy to. Now I will tell you this, and I didn't say this yesterday. I do check the channels out before I promote them. So I will check you out. I'm going to check you out. I like to know what I'm promoting, and I would not promote anyone that has any negative you know, aspects in their videos or anything like that. So I will check everything out. I mean, I don't doubt that any of you ladies are perfectly legit. But I do like to watch the videos, a few of them. I may not watch all of them. I like to subscribe myself, and then I like to see what you got going on before I can, you know, earnestly promote it. But I'll be happy to help you. So if you've got a link, you can email it to me. All right, we're going to put something here. So what are we going to put there? Let's see. Now we got that showing there. So let's see about... No, we don't want to cut our lady up again, do we? Can't cut those ladies up. What about some more? No, we got hats over here. What about that? Let's see. Ladies, so I think this is going to be it. We don't want to cut our ladies up. And then I had a few questions of people who have started their YouTube channel, and they just said that they don't seem to be getting the views that they, you know, would like, and they're not getting subscribers, and they wanted to know my advice on that. I tell you, there are two people that I watched religiously, and I still do, on YouTube, that helped me understand how to promote your own channel just through your videos. You know, and what I'm about to say, don't take it the wrong way. You promote your videos through your videos as you're talking. You may just add a word here or there in that would make people want to come back and watch your next video. And those two people are, one of them is vidIQ, vidIQ. And if I can remember, I'll put their links below. And the other one is, and I can see him, but my mind just went blank. Tom, I believe. They're both really good at giving you insight and information about doing videos and how to do videos, how to get the most views, just tons of things. I mean, they helped me tremendously and when I was trying to gain viewers. And they help you in understanding what your niche is. And I said niche to somebody yesterday, and they was like, I don't know what you're talking about, niche. Well, your niche is, you remember, I know some of you that have been with me forever remember that I used to do cards and 3D projects. And I know some of you still want me to do cards and 3D projects. But the thing is, I had to start doing what made me happy, and that is not cards and 3D projects. I was very unhappy when I was doing that type of videos. I didn't want to do them. I just dreaded doing a video, and that's something that you can't ever do because that will come through in your voice. People will hear that. So you got to do a video that you want to do. You got to do something that inspires you, something that makes you happy. And then that is your niche. So mine is, in particular, is journals and journaling and, you know, things like this. This is my niche. And it seems to be working for me because I got quite a few views. So hopefully it's working for me. So what I'm saying is you've just got to find your niche. You've got to find one thing that makes you happy, and then find what your viewers love. So if you do a video on a particular thing and you get lots of views on it, then you know that the majority of your viewers love that type video. Then keep promoting those type videos. So that is what little advice I've got. But watch those guys, the ones I was talking about, and like I said, I will link them below. Tim Smoyer, that's his name. I knew it was a T. Tim Smoyer. And he is fantastic at giving advice. And he actually does a lot of promoting for YouTube. He goes to the, VidIcon, and he goes to the YouTube, I call it festival. It's not a festival, but you know what I mean. He goes to all of those every year, and he does a lot of speaking and different things for YouTube, so he's really good. Really, really good. Okay, that almost fits that, doesn't it? I may put that on there anyway and just ink a little bit. It's too close to the right size not to. So, we have no contractors here today. Again. I told Brandon, I said, we just have the awful luck with contractors. We get them coming out for a while, and then all of a sudden they're gone. And these are the painters. And I know that they had to leave yesterday because she said her mom was really sick. So I'm thinking that it may be her mom that's... And I told her, your mom is more important than the paint. So go. But hopefully her mom is okay. But anyway, it just seems like every time things are rolling and we think, ooh, we're going to see an end here soon. It's like a screeching halt. Ugh. But, that's life, I guess, with everything. So I'm not going to let it get me down. I'm just going to keep on doing my thing. Alright, I'm going to cut that off, and I think I'll put that one there. So hopefully this is interesting to you guys with me sharing a little bit and then crafting as I go and making sure that I cut those straight for one. And making this, I know I said I may have it all covered by the time you come back, but I did not. But at least you guys can see. And once I get everything covered, I will show you flip by flip how I've got it put together. And we'll kind of go from there. Maybe that'll help you make yours. 'Cause these are fun to make. And you use up tons of envelopes. So, we all got those envelopes floating around there, don't we? I gotta trim this off somehow or other. I actually got it a little bit too wide. Alright, so there's that one. Now we need to cover here. See what we put on that side. Alright. This one will cover the whole back because we may put a pocket or something there later. And I may just use this because you can't see really. You can see a little part of the hats right there, but that's not a bother. That will work. So let's right here. And then tomorrow, I will be starting on the next journal from Betty with using her new fabric. I did the one. Well, I'm doing the one, and I'll show you how far we've got on that one too. I've got the cover made. I've just got to put everything together. I'm having to stop on this for some reason because that one keeps wanting to bow up. There we go. That should work. Anyway, I've got the cover made. I've got the signature kind of put together. I don't have anything stitched in. But on the one tomorrow that I'm going to start on, I'm going to show you how I sew the cover. How I do, put my cover together, choose my fabric, and then how I stitch it all. So if you're interested in that, I know I've had lots of questions and I've done these before, but you've probably missed it because we do have a lot of new subscribers. So if you're interested in that, then come back tomorrow and we'll work on that one. Okay, we've got that. Now we're ready for these. Okay, I put top on this because I want to cut out a little piece there and let this be a top top pocket. And you could, and here again, you can keep adding on these. There's just almost no limit. Someone asked me how many envelopes did I add in here. Well, I add until I can kind of close it up and look at it and it doesn't seem too thick. There's a place that you get to that when you close it, you're like, ooh, I better not add any more, especially since we're going to be adding a signature in here. So you could go ahead and add a top flip up here, another one here, top flip, whatever. But I am just going to leave mine. This is all the envelopes I'm going to put on mine. So I'm going to close this up. Let's see. I think these ladies will work. They look almost the right size. Yeah. And see, my envelopes are just a little bit longer, but I'm either going to put lace here, washi here, a pocket here, something like that. So I'm not going to worry about that. Now, I'm going to put my glue right here on this side. And then I'm going to put my glue on the envelope. Oops, not all the way down there. Not that long. And it helps if you can drive your glue straight, which I cannot. You guys know that. I go crooked all the time. So if you are new here, and I've had a few people that have said, I'm new, I just subscribed. If you're new here and you're a new subscriber, leave it in the comments below and let me know. And let me know who sent you, or if you just saw me pop up on your feed, or, you know. Someone said that Crafty Girl sent them over. I didn't even know Crafty Girl watched my videos or even knew I existed. But thank you, Crafty Girl. I appreciate that. Let's see. Let's put that one there, I think. And on this one, I think I'm going to open this side. I'm going to close this side and open this, because that's going to get a little bit harder to get into over here. So I'm going to close this, open this. So we're going to put little glue down through here. No, I had no idea that Crafty Girl, and I think that's who she said, Crafty Girl, watched my videos or knew anything about me, but I appreciate it. I watch your channel too when I have a chance. I don't have a lot of chances to watch a lot of YouTube, but I try to, when I do, I try to watch a few, as many as I can. I get them in as I'm going to sleep. If I go to sleep. Normally I don't go to sleep. Okay. I don't know why I didn't trim that off beforehand, but guess what? We're going to trim it and open that side up at the same time, hopefully. I'm going to stick that in my trimmer. I just couldn't trim it straight. It kept sliding around under my scissors for some reason. It's a little longer than a trimmer, but we're not going to worry about that part, are we? So yeah, let me know where you're from, you know, what state. You don't have to let me know your address. Please don't put that down there. What state you're from, who sent you over, how did you find us? And if you're new, just say new subscriber, something like that. I'd like to give you a personal welcome. All right, then we're going to cover this side. So let's see. We'll probably use this. So, I don't know if your kids have started back to school yet, but kids around here have. I just think school starts earlier and earlier every year. I always dreaded when my kids started back to school. I couldn't stand it. I know a lot of parents can't wait for their kids to start school. Not me. I wanted my kids at home with me. Back then, there wasn't homeschooling per se. I mean, you could have probably gone through all the red tape and been able to homeschool, but you know, everybody just stuck them in school. But if I had had any information about homeschooling, was able to, I would have homeschooled mine. I would have not have sent them to school, but they might not have liked that. They probably would have went ahead and went when they got in high school, because my girls were little social butterflies, so they liked going to school and being at all the parties and all that kind of stuff. Whereas their mama, I'm a homebody. Okay. Let's put this one here maybe. And I know my granddaughters, I've got one granddaughter that's just turned a teenager, and, you know, Alicia homeschools her, and this year she's kind of struggling because she wants to be in public school, but with Alicia singing in the group like she does and Benji traveling all the time, it's just almost impossible for them to do. So she's having a little bit of hard time with it this year. But like I told her, I said, baby girl, you like to sleep late. So if you was going to school, you wouldn't be able to sleep late. You would have to get up bright and early. Now she can sleep till like, 8 o'clock and then get up and get her breakfast and get her lessons going by 8:30 and she's good to go. But if she was going to school, she'd have to get up about 6. So, I don't know. She likes that, but she's a little bit upset that she's not getting to see all of her friends and all that kind of stuff. And I know that's got to be hard when you're a teenager. And she's like me, she's a homebody, so she don't really like to travel with her mom that much. Now, Brooklyn does. Brooklyn loves going. She goes all the time, every chance she gets. But Brooklyn misses her little friends too, because she's our little social butterfly. So she wants to go, but she wants to go to public school too. Okay. Now, I've got all of them covered except this. And I'm trying to see, I think, may put it together like that. Just looking to see what I got going here. Or we could put it together like that. We could fold that one back. I think I like that better. Okay, and all I did was this one was folded in. I just folded it back and laid it down, and then this one lay down that way, and I like those two together. I'm going to go ahead and cover this side while I'm thinking. I'm going to be thinking on how I want to close this and what kind of cover I want to put on it. You know, if I want to do a particular kind of cover, I don't have to cover this back. I could just glue it down to something and then have it fold around and have like a gatefold in the front. Let me think about this a minute and then I'll come back to you. I need to think a little bit. Alright, I think what we're going to use is a file folder. I've never done this before either, but we're going to see what happens. I'm going to close my glue up because this is going to take me a little bit probably, and I don't want my glue to dry out completely. Now I think if I put this there, I'll have enough room to fold that around, and I'm going to leave myself some extra room because we're going to add those signatures in here. First I'm going to lay that aside, and I'm going to cut this even down through here. That's going to help me make sure that I get the right amount on both sides. And I'm not going to need the whole file folder. I'm not going to need all of it. We've got thunder rolling out there. So, let's see where we want to cut off at the top. I'm not going to leave anything at the bottom or the top. I'm going to cut it pretty close. So let's cut right there. Yeah, it's threatening like it's going to rain, but so far we've not really had anything yet. But sounds like it's raining somewhere close by. Alright, so we've got this cut down, and I just went by the size of my envelopes. So, you have to adjust yours to the size that you have. Now, if I fold that around that way, that'll be about half. And then I'll need half folded around this way. So, what about, and I don't want to, like I said, I'm not going to crowd it. I'm going to give it some extra room. This is crafting on the fly right here. This is making it up as you go. Alright, let's see. I don't know if this will cut that or not. Nope, it's too big. So let's drag this guy out again. I may leave it a little bit longer because I just had a thought. Okay. Just had a thought. Alright. Now, let's try this again. Alright, let's see how far this one comes up. Okay. And then this one. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to move it about right there. Alright, I'm going to glue that down just like that. I think. If I glue this down, is it going to mess it up? No, everything will still open if I glue the back down. So we're going to put lots of glue here. Now you could use score tape or something like that. I'm just going to use my glue. It's going to stick well, so I'm just going to do a good bit of glue right on the edges. And I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do with those flaps yet, so right now I'm just going to leave them. I may end up regretting it, but so far, I'm just going to leave them. And I'll show you what flaps I'm talking about in just a minute. Let me get this flipped over. Ooh, I just stuck my finger all in that glue. Okay, let's come back this way a little bit. Go down that way. Does that look pretty straight? Maybe? Not? Maybe? Sort of? I should have marked it probably, because I don't know if it's going to be particularly straight. Maybe it is. Yeah, it's straight enough. Alright, now we're going to press this down really well. And it's really going to need to sit a little bit, but I'm not going to let it sit. You guys let it sit, okay? You need to let it sit as long as you can. Let all of that glue dry under there. Now, this little flap is what I was talking about. Don't know what I'm going to do with it. I may just glue it back like that and cover it over with paper. It's not going to hurt anything if I do that, so let's do it. This is kind of holding all of my envelopes on this side together. So I don't really want to cut it off because then it would weaken it. So we're just going to do this. I'm going to cut you off though. We don't need you. Just make sure all of those little pieces are glued down well, because when you start covering this with paper, it's going to matter. Okay, now this will come over this way. That will come over that way. There's going to be the inside part. And what I'm going to do... Oh, y'all like to see me y'all like to see me do trial and error, don't you? Oh, me 4 3/4. Oh, I got it even. Can you imagine? All right, what I'm going to do is right here, I'm going to put a score line. And I'm going to put one on the other side too. And I'll tell you why in just a second. Let's see. Let's just do it this way and I am going to... Well, I'm going to find a tool. Here we are. I'm going to put a 1/2 inch, maybe. I'm going to put a 1/2 inch. Let's put a 3/4. I think that will work. 3/4 inch score line. And then we're going to flip it around. And I just make sure that it's lined up correctly. And we're going to put a 3/4 on this side. Okay. Oh me, I have to laugh at myself. Now, I'm going to fold this over. And this is going to be to strengthen this edge so that you don't have that raw edge. Plus, we can put magnets in there if we want to. And under this. Okay, let's make sure we still got lots of room, and we do. We do. And there's still lots of room that you can do, because we're going to put it together back here. So there's still lots of room where you can add signature. Now I'll show you how on this, how we're going to get those edges to roll instead of fold. We want them to roll. So what we're going to do is put this in here, and I just kind of line it up on a line. It doesn't have to be on a particular line. And then I start scoring, and I score every 1/8 of an inch for a little while. This will break down a few of those fibers, and it will also make this where it rolls instead of folds in one particular way. So just like these usually have these little lines in them, that's what we're doing this time. And I did, let's see, let's do 6 3/4. I did a 3/4 inch, 3/4 of an inch scores on here. Now this one's going to be tougher because we've got all of this that we're having to go through. But you can do it if you just go kind of slow and press hard. If it's not perfect, don't worry about it, because we're going to actually kind of fold this around something anyway. So alright, so now what I grab is I grab my paintbrush. It's got that round handle on there, and I put that up in there, and then I press that around it because I don't want that to fold. I want it to roll. Okay, and then we're going to go on this side and do the same thing. And you can also roll it over the edge of your table and that kind of thing, and it will help it to roll. There we go. So see, now we've got a little roll in each end instead of a fold. I guess it's got a little bit more creases in it than the other one, but that's fine. Use your bone folder and just go down through there while you've got something round in it and press it. And you'll get some of those lines out and make it roll a little bit more. Okay. Now then, see, it wants to close on its own now. Oh, I like that. Okay, now we want to cover the inside with some paper. Plus, we want to add a signature in here, don't we? Now, I'm going to put my signature right down through here. Before I glue those down, I'm going to put my signature down through here. I'm going to put some Tyvek on this because this is just this envelope paper and then this file folder, which file folder is thick enough, but this envelope is not. It's not very thick at all. So I'm going to use some Tyvek. And some of you have asked me, what is Tyvek? Well, you know, you get those envelopes that you can't tear. You know, there's no way you can tear them open. That's Tyvek. And I save them and I use them in my projects. I cut them up and I use them in my projects. Now, some people say, oh, you can go to the post office, just grab all those you want. Well, to me, if I'm not going to use them to ship in, then I feel like I'm stealing them, so I'm not going to do that. But, you know, that's between you and whoever you have to answer to. Alright, so see, on this one, I will just have to use this small piece right here. But that's what Tyvek is. And you can also get the Tyvek tape. I showed you guys that the other day. This is the Tyvek tape. It's a little bit harder to get, you know, go down through a little area like this than this envelope is. But you can see you can't tear that stuff for love nor money. Let's see. I want to cut it a little bit thinner. Now you could put washi or whatever you think would make it strong enough down through yours. I'm just going to use a piece of this. And I may cover it with washi just to keep it from looking so odd here. Okay. Yes, that right there is going to work. But believe me, when you're trying to strengthen a piece, Tyvek is your best friend. because once you get this put on there and glued down, there is no tearing this out. But you can stitch right through it. But it won't tear out. Okay, I'm just going to make sure that's tucked under. And come on, get out of there, wrinkle. I'm going to use my bone folder and really press that in, both ends. Then we'll just cut that off, and down here. Okay, so that is glued in. Now, if you want to put some paper on there or washi tape, we can do that. Let's grab our washi. Maybe this washi would look okay with the girls. This is not very sticky, but this is about the only kind that I have that has anything about Paris or anything on there. And to me, that looks like Paris, so we're going to use this. And yes, I know you can run your washi over your glue stick and it'll stick well. But I'm just going to go this route. Oh, I just squirted glue everywhere, didn't I? See, I like to glue stuff. I like to make sure that everything is glued well. You know, that's probably why I played with glue so much when I was younger. My mother said I used to get that school glue and I would put it all over my hands and let it dry and then peel it off. There was something about that that was just satisfying to me. And she would fuss at me because, you know, we didn't have the money to buy extra glue. So she would give me a spanking usually. But I liked doing it anyway. Okay, so we've got that nice and reinforced, and I'm going to let that glue dry. We'll put a signature there. Now, on these, I'll cover those later. I'm not going to cover them right this minute. I'm trying to figure out where else. I guess we could put a signature here. If we put a signature there, it's going to be on the top. Don't necessarily want that. We could stitch a signature in here, I guess. Trying to figure out the best place for my other signature. Maybe here. Stitch it right down through there. So I have a signature here and a signature here. And they'll fold up, and then all of these. But you could put your signature anywhere you want. I'm just trying to decide where I want mine. Now, what I will use is just some of my coffee dyed paper. So I'm going to grab a few sheets of my coffee dyed paper out and go ahead and cut those the correct size. And then I'll start putting those down. All right, I have a few sheets here, and I'm probably not going to put a ton on each signature just because I don't want this thing to be, you know, gaped out that wide. I've got some handmade paper that I bought off of Amazon. If I can remember, I will link that below. I've got 2 of those. This is, I believe, from Triple V Vintage. Veronica, let me know if that's correct. I believe it is. I am not sure, but I don't remember purchasing any from anywhere else. So, let me know. If it's from someone else, I'm sorry that I got it wrong. This is from some straw paper from Rachel that I purchased. Ooh, I need one more sheet. One more sheet over here. Let's see. Let's do a green one, since we don't have a green yet. And it just so happens, I think, that I'm not going to have to cut these at all. I may have to cut this side. I don't know. I may not even cut them. I may just fold the edges back and not cut them so I don't waste any of it. Alright, let's start with this side. And I think I want that one on the outside. So we'll start with this one. Then we'll put a plain one. And you could do a digital in here too. You don't have to do coffee dyed paper. I'm just doing coffee dyed because we have digitals all the way through. So let's see. Let's put our handmade paper in there. That one. And that one. Nope, 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 nope. This one next to the handmade, and then the plain one, and then that one. Ooh, now I think I want that one on the outside, and this one on the inside. Yep. Alright, so that's what I want right there. So if I stitch that one right there, yeah, I'm going to have to trim it just a tiny bit, or I can fold them all back, but I don't know that I want to fold them all back. Let's see. What do I want to do? I think I'm going to trim them, just because I need to trim them even anyway. So I'm going to trim it where, let me put that right in the center of that. I'm going to trim them right there. I'm going to trim them a little bit shy, but I want this to still fold over without any problems. So let's do that. And it may be, when I finish all this, it may be that I can only put one signature in here. I don't know. Like I said, I've not done this before, so you're seeing it for the first time. Live. No, not live, but, you know. Now, let's see if I can manage to hold this with my crooked arm and cut at the same time. Someone on one video one time asked me, was my arm deformed? Was I born with a deformed arm? Well, no, I was actually born with a straight arm, but I broke all the bones in this arm and the ligaments and everything many years ago. And the crazy doctor that was in the, well, let's see, he was in the ER at the time. He didn't want to take the time to do surgery, which it needed surgery. He didn't want to take the time to do surgery. So he just tried to set it on the outside, and it didn't work. It did not work. Okay, that one will go there. So it left me with a crooked arm. As you can see, that's our crooked wrist. That's as far this way as I can turn it. And I know sometimes it looks weird in the videos when in the positions I have to get to try to fold things up, but that's just because of my crooked arm, crooked wrist. Hey, but at least I still have a wrist, right? All right, let's put that one there. I'm going to go ahead and put this one together. I don't know that I'm going to be able to put it in there now that I look at everything, but we'll see. Let's see. Let's put this one in. And then that one. It's just looking like it's going to be really, really full. See, if I put that one in, I don't think this is going to fold right if I put it there. I'm going to have to do some trial and error here, so hold on. Let's see, that wouldn't go there. That would go inside there. Let me fold that over. Lay that down, lay that down. Pretend that is there, and pretend that is there. So I can get two in there if I put this one on the outside, like here. I really didn't want to put one on the outside because I think it will take away from this. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to put one signature in here because I think once we add pockets and tags and everything else that this is going to be stuffed full. And we don't want it to erupt. So we're going to stitch this one signature in. And I'm just going to center it up as best I can. I'm not going to worry if I don't get it perfect. So let's see if we can do some clipping with these. Ooh, barely. Yep, barely, barely, barely. Gonna grab my journaling tool. Best thing that I've ever invented. Oh, I love this thing. Okay, now this is gonna be a little bit, well, I'll fold it back that way and then you can see. But see, I'm putting this down in there with no problem. Somebody said, I can't do the ones that I want to do. Well, I'm putting this one in there with no issues. Now, this does want to pop back up because there's some stiff paper down in there, that file folder. But all you have to do is push down and then just kind of sort of line it up where you want it. This is a little bit longer, so I'm just letting a little bit hang over on each end is all I'm doing. Just going to make sure that's pushed down in there well. You could also clip it to this if you wanted to. You could just use some big old clips and clip it right to that. Alright, I'm going to put my hole, whoops, well I can't put a hole with that, can I? Because it kind of doesn't have a point on it. Well, it does, but okay. Put my hole right there, and then I like to go 3. You can go 2.5. There's 2.5 there. You can go 2. You can go 1. I like to go 3. There we go. And see, when I push down, that pushes it down in there anyway. So now, whoops, we have our holes in there. Oh, Edith, unclip it. That helps a lot if you unclip it. Okay, let's grab a needle and some of our wax thread. This is the tan wax thread, and mine comes on a roll because I order mine in a roll. I don't cut it off that roll. I go in the center, back up through the top, back down through the bottom. And then right back up through that center hole. And when I come up through the center hole the second time, I just make sure, or the first time I'm coming through, the other time I went down, didn't I? I make sure that my strings, this string and this string, is on opposite sides of that one that runs all the way down the middle. Okay. Go ahead and trim that off. I give it a tug one way and a tug the other way, and then I double tie it, or tie it in a square knot, whatever you want to do. Let's see. Yep. Go ahead and take your little clips off, and we have a signature stitched in. There we go. Oh, I love that. That looks so good with that. Love it. Alright, we got that. This one, you know, you could close them different ways. You could close this one down, that down, and then that down. You can close them all different ways, just whichever way you want to. I'm going to fold mine like that, and then this will go around, and that will go around. Now, I'm going to stop right here because this video is getting kind of long, and I don't want you to have to sit through an hour and a half or whatever video. Tomorrow we'll come back and we'll put our paper on the outside and the inside. We'll put our magnets here, and we'll close this up, and we'll do some decorating and put in some tags and all different kinds of things in here. But that's going to be our folio. Isn't that going to be cute? I love how this outside turned out. Love it. So it's going to be a journal folio, I think. And then you've got plenty of room for this to expand. Lots and lots of room to put everything that you want in there. So exciting. Alright guys, that is it for this tutorial. And I know I was hoping I'd get it finished today, but I'm not going to keep you around that long to finish it today because it would take me probably another 45 minutes. We'll come back tomorrow and we'll finish this up. Alright, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave comments below. I love reading your comments. And we will talk to you guys later. Don't forget to subscribe. We have that big giveaway coming up. Alright, bye-bye guys.